Hey folks, today we're going to talk a little bit about copyright and why it's important to understand exactly what it means and how it works. Because some works have fallen into the public domain, but even though the work has fallen into the public domain, the characters and settings may still be trademarked. For example, Edgar Rice Burroughs' Warlord of Mars is in the public domain. John Carter is not. Dejah Thoris is not. Barsoom is not. Those are all trademarked by the Edgar Rice Burroughs estate. That's very important. This is unrelated, or may not be related to any of my current work. Anyway, there is a setting in my game book inspired by the pulp works of Edgar Rice Burroughs, and right now I'm making sure there are no overt references or, how you say, theft of any of his work in my own. So here we go. Because I definitely don't want to incur the ire of people with more money than myself. Because they have lawyers and they may not be very happy. If I, use their stuff, right? Changing stuff around. Thankfully, the stuff that I used, it's not that unique. So you can't copyright like a guy or trademark a guy having a sword fight. You can't trademark rescuing a princess. That you can't. You can trademark rescuing a particular princess, but not a princess in general. Okay? Just change them around. You could do a lot of stuff to avoid issues with copyright and trademark. I may or may not be culpable by making this video, but you know what? The information needs to be out there, so I'm putting it out there. Delete that. Okay, the skylight, I'm going to copy that, put that in. Yeah, and basically what we're doing is editing, changing stuff around. Don't be embarrassed if you realize you've made a terrible mistake. It's okay. We all make mistakes, We all make mistakes. It's okay. It's not a huge deal. It's not supposed to be station what? Station 104. Station 32. Okay. That. Put that there. Moving stuff around. Ba-ba. Link that to bugs. Yeah, and this is an easy fix, thankfully. There's not much material on my website that was trademarked or nothing copyrighted that I know of. I do have a meme that has an image of Dino Riders, which I believe is owned by someone else, but I'm hoping it falls under fair use. If it doesn't, I can take the picture down. But you cannot copyright or trademark, I don't think, the phrase Dino Rider. I don't think. It's too generic. You know what I mean? Besides, it's a 1980s cartoon, came out, had one season, a toy line. Nobody remembers this. So I'd be shocked if they came after me for that. I'd be absolutely shocked. They still may. But, you know, if they do, I'll let you know. Check that around. Did I fix that already? Go to 104. Da-da. Okay, let me edit that. And thankfully, I have other sci-fi concepts that I can put in. Oh, here we go. The Korkons. Okay. It's not taking long. It's just a pain in the butt, and it's time consuming. But honestly, if you can find little things like this to fix in your story, you'll find that it gets your fingers moving. And once your fingers start moving, it becomes easier to get through that initial block of, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to write today? Because a lot of times when I sit down to write, I have trouble coming up with something. So usually what I'll do to get past that, excuse me, is I'll, indigestion. To get past that, I just start writing, you know, start editing, work on something small, and that'll lead to something big later on. So here we go. What else do I got? Show me what you got. 8182. Okay, Ancient Mars. Again, Ancient Mars cannot be copyrighted because it's generic. You can't copyright a generic thing, from what I understand. 81. Skylight. I don't even know if I finished this thread. Because there were options for how you rescue the princess in Ancient Mars. And one way was through the skylight. The other was up through the sewers. And I don't know that I did that one. No, I didn't. I didn't do through the sewers, so I got to work on that today. All right, cool. So that one's pretty much okay. Oh, Kidnap the Princess. I think I did publish that, so let me go through and find it. Because that was an option. You can kidnap or rescue the princess, which is stupid, but whatever. I always give like an evil, well, not always, but in this game book, you get evil options. Just to be annoying. And you usually get punished for it because it's evil. Why are you doing evil things? Oh, here we go. I didn't finish this way, you know. Good, I didn't write this yet. That means I can work on it later. Okay, I'll work on this today. So, Kidnap the Princess is a dead end, so spoilers. But yeah. Through the Sewers, I gotta work on that. Where else is Ancient Mars in here? Where's the entrance? I think it's 63. Station 63. Princess 8182. And if you rescue the Princess of the Sewers, your options after that are go to the Candy Planet or become, again, Warlord of Mars. Emperor of Mars, basically. So there are ways you can do a choose your own adventure style story or choose your path or whatever you want to call it without going to insane lengths of having totally different options every single time. You can do it that way to have totally different options every single time, but, you know, and be unwilling to repeat scenarios. But if you do that, you will drive yourself insane because it will quickly spiral out of control. Unless you prune a lot of paths and say, okay, 5 out of 9 paths lead to death. Then it's a little easier. But yeah, if you always put in a different path, like there are no repeats, then you'll eventually go and it's a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. It was driving me crazy trying to keep up with everything. So eventually, where I could take a shortcut, I did. And I think the story still works. I could have made it a lot bigger, absolutely, but that would have put off the launch date. And this website is already taking a while, so I want to, you know, I don't want to make too much of a delay for folks, you know. Beta testing will be starting pretty soon once I get all the pages up. I've got about half of the pages up published. I got 112 or so out of 201. So that's really good. I've only got 92 to go. That's 92 paragraphs, or 92 stations. So that is at least 180 paragraphs. Not 50 pages. Something like that, I don't know. All right. But yeah, there's going to be a whole section in Wonderland, which I may or may not include. There's going to be a whole section. Oh, I have to change that. Because I just realized I had a whole section where I criticized the writing of Ayn Rand, and I can't call that Planet Anthem because if there's anyone whose estate will sue, it's going to be freaking Ayn Rand, right? Ugh. I have a good friend in my writing group. Well, multiple in my writing group who are big Ayn Rand fans, at least of her writing or fiction. I don't know why. She's horrible. She's such a bad person. I mean, okay, is she as bad as Marion Zimmer Bradley? No. And if you don't know what Marion Zimmer Bradley did, and you want to ruin your day, Google her. I will not help you any further than that. Won't tell you how to spell her name. You don't need to know. If you don't want to ruin your day, don't Google it. You don't want to know. It's bad. Like actually bad, like criminal, like she did bad things. And was never punished for it. Anyway. About 15 minutes in, 14 and a half minutes in. We'll keep recording. I might as well. Actually, you know what? I'm going to look that up. Is Anthem trademarked? Anthem is a registered trademark of Anthem Insurance Companies, but that's not what I'm talking about. Actually, Anthem is the name of the planet. Could be a reference to Ayn Rand without, because I'm not using any of the characters. Well, maybe. Or maybe I'll use that plant. I'm not going to use the plant that she does, because she does this her book Anthem is about a far future world where the word I has been outlawed and everything's we and very communistic and community-based and everything, which is a valid critique of the left, honestly. There are some issues there with wanting everyone to be, in a sense, the same and have the same ideals and the same everything for as far as equity goes. It's a valid criticism. Well, no, not equity. That's equality, not equity. Equity is more equality of access, from what I understand. This is not to bash the left or bash, the notion of equity at all. And these things are important. I just think freedom is more important than equality. I put it higher than equality. I think personal freedom trumps that, because you can't be equal without being free. Now, maybe the two go together. That could be a thought, because that seemed to be the crunch point that the left and the right disagree on, is what's greater, equity, equality, or freedom. The right says freedom is more important. The left says equality, equity is more important. Well, they're really both equally important. We really shouldn't sacrifice one for the other, but you sometimes have to. That gets into a whole other debate. Hopefully my roommate doesn't overhear me, because he does not like left-wing politics at all. My own politics are a little complicated because I think. I have a document that goes over all my politics, and one day when I don't give a crap anymore, I'll release it. All right, anything else? Did I fix that? Yeah. Oh, that's right. I have to go and do that. Excuse me. Bit of a yawn today. Yeah, these videos are not professional at all. If they were, there'd be a script that I'd memorize, and you wouldn't see me ticking like this. My neurological motor tics. What am I looking for? Ancient Mars. There it is. Kidnap the Princess turned 77. Okay, I don't have 77 up yet. Let me write on, what is 77? Kidnap the Princess. Kidnap the Santa Claus. Oh, there is an option to kidnap Santa Claus in the book. There are no overt references to Nightmare Before Christmas, except for the title of that page is Kidnap the Santa Claus. That's it. And so I don't think that'll be an issue at all. Hey, really? Okay. All right, it's gonna do that. So I gotta think, what's kidnapping the princess look like? You mask yourself in black leather. After slaying her bodyguards. Heed as you but not long enough. Wait, that's stupid. By morning, the princess's armada has overtaken you, and you are soon cast into a Martian dungeon and used as fodder for the arena, where you fall to a Croco Con. Fall to a Croco Con's mandibles. I love it. Okay, that'll be kidnap the princess. That's an ending. There are certain evil actions that you can perform in the game that don't have as much of a punishment, but kidnapping, yeah, no, you're gonna get punished for that. It just turns my stomach. And obviously there's not going to be any truly horrendous acts in this Choose Your Own Adventure style book. Okay. There's not going to be any, I mean, do I have to say it? There's not going to be it. Okay. Where is it? Oh, that's right. It's in drafts. That's why. No. That's paste. Publish. Good. All right. Done. What about going to the sewer? I did have a section in the book where you go to kill Hitler, but I'm going to change it because, not to defend Hitler, it's becoming cliche. The whole thing where you fight Nazis in alternate fiction, whatever, alternate history fiction or time travel stuff, you go and kill Hitler. It's a joke. It's become a joke, and it's lazy. It's just lazy writing, and I need to change it. I need to change it. I need to change it, and I don't know what to yet. It might be you go back in time and kill Stalin. It might be you go back in time and kill Pol Pot. It might be you don't go back in time. It might be you go back in time and don't kill someone necessarily. You just make somebody late for something that changes history. Because there's a lot of that. Things like that. Little things in history that you change it and the whole thing falls apart. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to write on with going through the sewers. We'll see what happens. Where am I? At Station 82. Perfect. Through the sewers. And yeah, I'm going to be signing off in a minute, but hopefully you learned something today. Trademark, copyright, not the same thing. If you're looking up if something's in the public domain, make sure you also look up whether it's trademark information is in the public domain, in addition to its copyright information. Copyright information, very important. Make sure you're looking into that. Trademark information, also important. So yeah, if you've only copyrighted your work and you haven't trademarked anything, I would definitely trademark it. The good news is if you are traditionally published, I believe all that stuff is done for you. I think. It's probably not. Self-publishers got to do everything themselves. I'm sorry. Well, not everything yourself. You don't have to do everything yourself, and you shouldn't. Okay? Please don't design your own book cover. You're terrible at it. I don't know you personally, but I'm just guessing that you're a writer. Ergo, you're not an artist. Please, for the love of all that is holy, for the love of KFC fried chicken and mashed potatoes, not mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. Their mashed potatoes are gross. For the love of KFC, mac and cheese, do not design your own book cover. Don't do it. It looks horrible. I don't care. It looks horrible. 99%, that might be an exaggeration, 88% of self-published book covers look horrendous. Exceptions. Self-published book covers that look good. The Cycle of Iran by, what's his name? I forget, Edward W. Robinson. His books are self-published. I believe they are self-published. I am pretty sure W. Robinson is self-published. I'm pretty sure. But they don't look self-published. Okay? His work is well edited, so I know he paid for an edit, at least one. And his covers don't look like crap. They look good. They look professionally done and like something you would get at a bookstore, which is what you're going for when you're self-publishing. That's a whole other topic, whole other conversation we'll have another time. It's 25 minutes, 13 seconds. Let's sign off for now. I will catch you later.